Oh, sorry, I saw the most cringe interaction on Twitter.
Go on.
Bro, the amount of secondhand embarrassment I got. So like, I don't know if you saw this. You see this Mr. Beast thing? It was with this guy.
Oh, he faked the thumbnail?
No.
Which
it's
one?
Even worse. Let me show you it. Okay, it's so bad. Oh my God, the amount of cringe. So this dude tweeted, did you see this one?
No.
He tweeted, just picked up this beauty. I don't want to show the Twitter account because I don't want to give this guy any attention.
Yeah.
Just picked up this beauty agreement about an hour away from Greenfield. The hunt is on for Mr. Beast. So he's got a cardboard cutout and he's going to take it to Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah.
And Mr. Beast replies saying, "Go away. I don't want your stupid cutout. I'm tired of people harassing me." And then he goes, the dude replies, "Yes, sir. I've never been more happy with a rejection in my life."
Oh my God.
And then this dude like does like a video later on this Twitter being like, he goes like, "No, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what my message is about the whole time. YouTube as a platform keeps pushing us to be clout chasers.
Oh my God.
And I'm glad that I could finally show that it had to stop. And that I was the one who finally, got to show that it was time to change."
I can see the YouTube title already with just in brackets, all caps, social experiment.
like,
and I'm like, no, that's just copium, bro.
I think he might have deleted it because it was, oh my God, this video of him.
Like I will say, just off that tweet, because this is definitely not the first nor last Jimmy dick writing tweet that I've seen. God, the amount of Mr. Beast dick writing on Twitter, holy shit!
I'm like, this dude,
it is insane.
I know.
Oh, he deleted it.
It is crazy.
Of course he deleted it.
Of course he deleted it.
That was peak cringe.
He had a video of him in his car with his friend driving from like his Mr. Beast's place, being I'm just so happy that he said no because this has gone too far. Like YouTube as a platform keeps pushing this, and it's about time it stops.
Oh my God!
And I'm glad that I could finally be up. And it's just like, what the fuck?
No.
And then like, of course,
copium.
this dude again. Please don't show any of this. This dude hit in his Twitter bio being like, Let me teach you how to grow your YouTube channel from 1 to 1 million subs.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, bro, these absolute like barnacles of human beings on the boat of YouTubers, just like absolutely desperate for any crumb.
I'm surprised
of
he hasn't
clout.
added into his bio officially rejected by Mr. Beast.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely like my least favorite era of upcoming YouTubers that are just absolutely like bottom feeders to like, they're like, oh, a crumb of clout, please. Not saying that everyone is, but like the people that are like this, people that behave like this, that are like absolutely like, just straight up like harassing people just for clout.
Yeah, there have always been clout. There have always been clout chasers on YouTube.
It's such a weird era now.
Yeah.
So
this era.
boring.
Well, that's one big advantage I think YouTube has over like a lot of other platforms, which I haven't really seen anyone talk about, which is YouTube just has the advantage where, there'll be cringe young YouTubers, but at the end of the day, there are actually role models on YouTube. There are actually people that have matured up with the platform, just not out of out of necessity. It's just out of just people growing up.
Yeah.
And people being on the platform for a very, very long time. And, you look at, something like TikTok where there's like a fucking kid just committing crimes in the UK or something like that.
That guy.
Like just like the clout chases. Let me just commit crimes and film it, and that's how I gain attention, and then it works. And then you think about who are the role models of TikTok? Who is the one setting the precedents? And no one's really there right now just because it's such a young kind of like platform. And even with Twitch, there is just like only like a select few of people that have been around that have set a good example and are trying to set a good example,
I try.
You're trying, buddy. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Well, like as you were saying, like I feel like I like to think the three of us, for example, on YouTube have like done a pretty good job of kind of maturing with our audience and I guess with the times, not only because we're just getting older in general and we've been on the platform for a while, but just like it's not even a necessity. It's just like I never like stopped to think like, okay, I've done YouTube for this long now. I gotta be an adult, bro. I gotta grow up. I was like, I never had to think about that because it's just like now that I am older and I've been doing it for so long, like it's just like have become a natural progression to be like, well, my audience who've stuck around is older. My experiences have gotten larger and me as a person has just gotten older. So here is naturally my content now. And people like be like, he's matured so much. What an amazing lad. It's like, no, it's really not that. Like, I feel it's really hard to do the opposite of that, you know, to be like, you know, kind of have that like, I don't know what's the nice way to put it, but just like, you know, have a sense to be like, okay, you know, now that I am older and there are still people watching me, you know, whether I like it or not, people are going to see me as a role model. And, you know, I feel that because YouTube as a platform, for example, has been around for so long, that now there are people who have, you know, who were there from the beginning, who are now here where they are today, who have kind of understood that mentality. Whereas TikTok, for example, is such a younger demographic and hasn't been around for as long, especially as like a place where role models are born, that I don't think there are a lot of people on TikTok to just be like, you know, I've been on TikTok now for 6 months. I need to start maturing. I need to be that role model. No one has that mentality at the moment. So like, maybe
I don't think people consciously think they should become role models.
Yeah,
that's kind of a weird thing.
I've
never sus of people who are like, I'm a role model.
I've never tried or even think I'm anything like that. Deep as I've gone is I'm like, at which age is it no longer socially acceptable to talk about anime titties anymore? That's basically how deep I've gotten with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, when is this going to be cringe?
Yeah.
When am I going to stop doing that? And I haven't figured that out yet.
I'm sure
I figured that out a couple of years ago.
Just slowly adapt with the time.
I mean, my content has slowly changed over the years. It's less. I mean, there's still it's like a lot of memes and a lot of comedy, but there's a more serious side to my content, and I think that just comes naturally with just having less energy to deal with bullshit, you know.
And again, because you as a person has matured as well, right? So I just feel that's a natural progression for anyone's content, really. You know, for Connor, my content has been fucking way different compared to like 5-10 years ago. And that's not a conscious choice. It's just like, I just am not comfortable with this kind of
thing
content.
for me.
Oh, was it?
You mean you didn't want to be the Black Butler guy forever?
I was 1 year deep in Black Butler, and I was like, I consciously want this to change.
Right.
But I was like, I still like creating stuff, but just not this stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, and then I just kind of, live stuff was just really fun. That wasn't conscious though. Live was totally by accident.
Yeah.
But then I think there was a point where I was like, I would like to do this more.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like consciously doing it. So I guess it's like it's experimenting, a lot of happy accidents, and hopefully not wasting time.
Do you know one social media platform I've come back to finding comfort in? And this is going to sound so fucking cringe.
If you say Facebook, I'm going to kill you.
Facebook.
What
Fuck off.
the fuck?
Okay. Hear me out, okay?
No.
Sometimes, every once in a blue moon, you make a post on Facebook, and it's just a nice, comforting thing, knowing that it's just your fucking family and like the friends that you made in high school that you don't know what they've gotten up to in fucking decades. And you go on Facebook every now and again, you see like this person got married. Oh, this person has kids now, and it's just I don't know. It's like revisiting your hometown after being away for like years, and there's just like a nice.
I don't even remember the last time I posted on Facebook.
Okay.
I don't know if I've spoken about this before. I have a bit of a guilty pleasure on Facebook.
All right.
I basically went in the area I grew up.
Yeah.
And I basically just went around every local group on Facebook of like neighborhood watches and joined them.
What? What?
Because they post just the funniest shit. Yeah. And so you should look it up. There's probably one, because it's just a bunch of like 50, 60-year-old people who are like, let me find one. There was one yesterday that made me crack up.
Wait, how do you
look at the name of this group? It's just like, okay, don't say the name.
Wait, let me see.
It's just like that's the town I grew up in. And I joined this group, and it's just like,
oh my god,
the stuff they post is just so funny. And like there's like this one, it's like this one. It's like, there's like they'll just post pictures, right? And they'll be like, does anyone recognize this person? They've been looking kind of shady around my parts. Yeah. It's just so funny because it's like Skyrim NPC behavior. I saw one the other day that was like, just funny van in the neighborhood. Is anyone looking at this van?
Fucking hell.
It's funny because they obviously, because like this is like their world. It's a small town.
Yeah.
It's really fun just watching it and seeing how like what kind of stuff that they really care about.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun. I don't know. It feels like participating in like
you're like
Boomer.
people watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
It's
go.
great. It's good. I guess that's kind of what you're into. But
Yeah,
I don't like actively look. But sometimes there's some fun stuff.
No,
and, like,
I don't actively look at my Facebook, but I don't know. It's gone from Facebook being cool to Facebook being the platform that your mom uses, to Facebook being cringe, and now I'm just like compared to fucking TikTok, Twitter, like Twitch, all these other social media platforms. It's just nice to go on a social media platform and feel like you're just in your small town, and it's just like a small community that you are familiar with, and and I don't know. There's a charm to that, and every time I go on my Facebook, I'm like, it's just nice to see what my old mates, my old high school mates are up to now.
You should join your local
neighborhood.
You know what? That genuinely does seem like something I'd enjoy.
There's this post from Sue. Whoever owns the dog that has barked non-stop for an hour and a half at the top of village name, please let your dog in as it sounds in distress. Sounds like a big dog and barks 3 barks at one time. Other dogs are reacting to it, so the dog choir starts again. Yes, I have a dog, but he doesn't bark constantly like this, and he would not be ignored like this in the heat. Backlash expected, but whatever. And there's
Backlash expected.
35 comments. Why don't you go around and have a chat with her or report it rather than getting everyone involved? Could be my neighbour who has numerous dogs that bark yap non-stop. She doesn't care. They're all outside all day on the drive.
You know what, Sue is...
Surely they're not in the van in this heat. It's just like they're all...
Not
like,
all heroes wear capes, man.
It's crazy. The whole fucking village comes together to discuss a fucking dog barking.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so fun to watch.
It's like the town hall in an RPG.
Okay, actually, no. I know why I like Facebook, because going on that platform, seeing stuff like that, it actually feels like these.
What the fuck is this? Sorry, I just called this. Does anyone know where my missing peacock is? This is a picture of it. It's a fucking peacock. Why do they have this in a small town in Wales?
Hell yeah, I want to go to that village.
It just cracks me up. This shit is so wild.
Holy fuck.
It actually, you go on Facebook, you see these posts, and it actually feels like, oh yeah, these are people.
Yeah,
these are actually
what they
people.
do, yeah.
These are people just dealing with some of like the most mundane shit in their lives, and it's not like the millionth anime avatar complaining about some fucking thing in the latest Demon Slayer episode. I'm like, these are... Facebook reminds me that there are people behind all of these accounts, and there's a genuine... I like that feeling. I fucking like that feeling. You know what? Facebook has...
You know what? You're convincing me. You're convincing me to check out my Facebook account.
I don't know. It makes me happy knowing that like a lot of people just have problems that are so minuscule that this is how they choose to spend.
I don't know, man. Like a lost peacock is pretty detrimental.
Actually, that's kind of detrimental.
Honestly, if I was in the neighborhood watch and I saw a peacock and just stroll up in my neighborhood, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I just love the idea of like, there's a dog barking. I don't know where. I'm just gonna go and complain on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Like to me, that is like, I don't know why. That's just so funny, and I
that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, it's so wholesome.
Yeah.
But obviously to them, it's a very serious issue. But
Yeah.
funny. It's because I think the reason I found out about it is my brother, I think he parked his car somewhere one time and he was like, I got in trouble with the neighborhood watch. All the Karens were talking about me, and I was like, what? What the fuck?
I went on this Facebook group and they were shit talking me.
I was like, what the fuck? He's like, who's this parked car? It's not normally here. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's kind of like the slice of life of social media. There's
like the non-Biori of social media.
There's a thing, right? There's a thing, because a lot of people, to a lot of people, these are some of the biggest problems that they end up dealing with. And I remember this is like dredging up a memory, like a core memory of like why one of the breaking points I had when I decided to like pursue YouTube as a career. It was, I was having this meeting. It was obviously in the BBC. And, when you join a meeting and not everyone's there, right?
Yeah.
So we had people from a lot of different teams, and we were waiting for someone to join. So, you engage in small talk. And the moment I realized I was going to leave was just... I was trying to engage in small talk with some of my coworkers. They're very, very different in age. And then one of them mentioned that, their bins had been taken out like a day early. And then we got into this like 5-minute conversation. We got into this 5-minute conversation because that's weird. And then we got into this conversation of like, oh, my bins get taken off on the Sunday. And then another guy's, oh no, that's when the recyclables get taken off for me. Actually, it's like the Monday for me is when the bins get taken off. Yeah. And these are people, very, very good at their job, highly respected. Respect to them. They've been there at the company for like fucking years. And I just remember thinking, I'm like, this is not the life for me. This is not the life for me. But
I don't want to be talking about fucking bin day December.
Yeah. But you know what? Like there is a huge difference between the problems that they are dealing with and the problems that, as someone who's permanently, chronically online on the internet, just some of the stuff that we have to deal with. Because when you're chronically online, everything just seems to be a problem.
Well, but I think that's what's interesting, right? Is that it's all about perspective. Like, to us, we'd hear this conversation about, oh, fucking Sue lost her peacock.
Jono's
and just be like,
gone fucking missing. Hang on, bro,
and we'd just be like, that's hilarious. But, why is that a problem? Or the problem is so insignificant.
Yeah.
But to them, that's like
actually,
eating.
I would argue peacock going missing.
I mean, that's
peacock
true.
going missing.
Well, like, a dog barking too loud, right? Like, but to them, that's like ruining their entire fucking week. Whereas like the opposite can be achieved of like, so what issues have you had today? It's like, oh, I got a hate comment on my latest video and it's not performing well. And they're like, just get off the internet.
Yeah.
To them it's like, why is that a fucking issue? I've had a dog barking for the past 3 weeks. That's the real issue, So it's interesting to see that like kind of discrepancy. And it's like, eventually I feel like for people like us, when we do, eventually like retire or, quit making content, like I feel we're going to look back on like those problems that we had on, during our work and be like, that was cute. Now I have to deal with this dog barking every week.
I mean, to me, the dog barking seems way more of a real problem than some of the shit people complain on Twitter about.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's I kind of crave that. Actually, like I think some of the best NPC. You mentioned NPC behavior. I think one of my favorite NPC like Oblivion videos was just like an old British woman complaining about like construction workers starting way too early.
Yeah.
Do you know this one?
Yeah, I know the one.
Something about just
they're on the roof working and she's down there like, you have to stop. It's the law. It's literally like Oblivion.
When they're just doing their job.
And it's within working hours as well. Yeah. But she's just like, I've had it with you, and then she blocks the driveway or something. She does some weird shit.
She takes a ladder, and then the construction workers are like, if you have a problem, you can bring it up with the owner. The owner of the house told us when to start construction. And then there's this like line that she says, which is the most Oblivion NPC line I've ever heard in my life, which is she pauses and she goes, right, I'll talk to them then. And then she walks off and talks to the owner, and I'm like, British people in just old country towns, they are the real NPCs. That's if you want the true NPC behavior.
I can just see the HUD like side quest begun after that line, and they walk off. Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's people believing that everyone is out to fuck them and ruin their day. I wonder, how do you define NPC behavior? Like, it's like, because it almost feels like otherworldly in a sense of you're so disconnected from reality that your behavior seems so kind of disconnected.
It's
from
that thing of like
behavior.
I think the one thing that really sets off NPC behavior is like, as you said with that video, they just say some things, right?
There's
where you're just like,
gives away their perception of reality.
Yeah, where it's like normal people don't say this in this situation, or like maybe it's like too on the nose.
I would count NPC behavior as you look at a person and it almost feels like they are scripted. They are programmed.
They're programmed in. Yeah.
They are programmed into the fucking matrix or whatever.
True.
But then what makes NPCs feel like NPCs is because they have just like set dialogue that's very rigid. Or
I think it's that whole idea of like you can't imagine what it's like being them.
Yeah.
You know, or it's like it's so detached from your perception of life where it's just like, I cannot even start to imagine what this person is thinking or why they would do these certain things because it's just like not real.
Yeah.
You know? We're getting really deep into
There's a
this
lot
shit.
of fun Oblivion NPC things.
Yeah.
There's another one like a postman in the UK. It's always the fucking UK. We sound like
we just sound like NPCs.
also, people in the UK argue over just the fucking stupidest things. People really get in a. Whereas in America, it'll be a headline where it ends with someone getting shot.
Yeah.
Which,
I think it's
in the
just
UK, it's just fucking filmed in stupid fighting.
Yeah, I think it's just because of the way British people argue is so passive aggressive. It just feels like a scripted NPC.
True.
You know?
It's confrontational, but you don't immediately see the consequences.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
exactly. It's almost as if, you know, like in game, you know, an NPC can't just suddenly wouldn't just suddenly start punching you or something like that.
Yeah.
You there are layers to it in terms of, you know, choosing the right and wrong dialogue options, and that's what it feels like talking to a British person sometimes. You know, you choose the wrong dialogue option, they get a little bit more passive aggressive, a little bit more angry until finally it all kicks off. You know, peak NPC behavior. Go to England. Go to England if you want peak NPC behavior.
We have a lot of NPC behavior.